Well, hello everyone and welcome back to Life of Wonders. My name is Polo and I love making videos of dolls, toys and Disney collectibles. And as always, if you like this kind of content and you feel like supporting the channel, well, feel more than welcome to subscribe to it, and that way you will not be missing out on any of my future videos. Now today we're going to be unboxing and reviewing this beautiful 2012 holiday princess Cinderella that was released by Mattel. I've already reviewed the Ariel that came the year after, which I loved because it's the only Ariel doll of about 11 inches and a half that wears the iconic green outfit that you can find her wearing, especially in the parks. As far as I know, they only released two, so 2012 and 2013, and they share features with the this was like the signature collection that was released slightly earlier, but there will be differences between the Cinderella and this one. By the way, this one is actually wearing a 90s outfit that I love, coming from the Portrait collection, I think it was called. And I thought it was just perfect. I love her sculpt pretty much, and so I'm displaying her like that. But I have to say that this dress is beautiful. I think it might not be, you know, super high quality, but overall it feels really, has some volume to it, which is always important. And I love that the two little appliques that she has hanging down over the skirt are silver this time, because in the parks, same, I think that these were somehow inspired by the gowns that are used in the parks, because seriously, I've seen Cinderella wearing a very similar outfit to this one, especially having, silver glows and silver thingies around the waist, although this one has more of a modern cut to it, but anyway, it's interesting. The box is super cool in terms of displaying box, because it's open everywhere and it's just very beautiful. And then it has a tag with a beautiful silhouette, and then just in case you wanted to present it as a gift for someone, and it comes with a little glass shoe to hang down your tree or whatever you want. So it's been over a decade. I think also that the newer Cinderella that Mattel just released might have the very same face sculpt as this one, and between this one and this one over here they changed. Now I'm going to show you, well, on the side you can see all these snowflakes and stars, very beautiful. And then on the back we have this absolutely beautiful image, and I don't know if it says just holiday princess, but she's like moving and the gown has this flowy effect, which I don't think it will have, but let's see. And I find this outfit to be really cool. So anyway, and here you can see that you can keep the ornament. So I will be taking everything out of the box and I'll come back to you with all the details, and then I will compare them both. Well, and here we have her out of the box and next to the previous one, and I have to say that I'm incredibly nicely surprised by this doll, especially after having experienced the 2013 holiday special Ariel, which was very pretty, but the fabrics used were not the great. But these ones are so much better than they look. I mean, you'll see. First thing that we notice, of course, is that the sculpt is completely different, the screening is different, the skin complexion as well is different. This one has more of a pearly finish to it, and this one is more realistic, and there are many more differences. This is much more detailed and exquisite, if you will. We'll see that, but at first you can also see that The gown is pretty big and it has a great movement, a very flowy movement to it that I was not expecting. In fact, I really thought it would be stiff, but it isn't in reality. It's a very, I mean, okay, so we're getting closer to her, and I'm just in love with that face. I think she's very, very sweet. It reminds me very much to the Maki face in a way, that Barbie used at the end of the 90s, especially. And then this time around, she's got this tiara that is translucent blue and it's matching with the earrings that have a bit of an angle. And to me, these three pieces are a little bit too much. I mean, they're probably bigger than I would have designed them. But they're okay. I think they're framing, you know, special edition Cinderella, so it's different. Also the hair, well, this one has the bangs swept to one of the sides. This one here has a clear partition in one of the sides, and it's styled very 2012 in a way. So it's almost like if Cinderella was happening around these years, especially because of the cut of the bodies, which is a bit more revealing than, you know, the original cut. A little bit more edgy and risky, I would say. And then the hair, instead of being styled in the, you know, usual band, so it's got this really cool design. It also has like a more honey tone to it, like the blonde, which is a bit more realistic. And then it has these curls that also the limited edition ones from the Disney store have. Now, this time around, she's got this choker, that is like, I believe this is like taffeta, fabric. So it's about the same fabric with the edges, in blue, and this would be like a classic choker. I think the classic one, would be black, but I could be wrong. This is navy blue though. Anyway, so it's different as you can see. And then we have the gown, and well, the bodice is quite different to, again, the normal expected design. And then the skirt part of it, once again, I thought this would be, because this is a very stiff, well, this is straight from the 90s, so I mean, they were pioneering with these kind of fabrics throughout the 80s and the 90s. So it's, you know, sort of like stiff all around, although it looks pretty cool. And then this is quite stiff too. But the fabrics that they've used for this gown are so different. So we have this sort of like organza, polyester organza sort of like material that, as you can see, it moves really nicely. So in fact, that picture in which she's got the dress like so, doesn't have like Photoshop as I thought it would. I have to say that I very much like the glitter accents that they've printed all throughout this time, because this glitter reflects all the colors of the rainbow, and it's obviously just, you know, printed and textured, and I think it looks pretty cool. And then this fabric isn't as stiff as any of these. It's stiffer than this, but not, you know, so much, and it's all see-through. And then I also thought these pieces would be so much harder, but in fact they're really soft. They're very, very soft. Nothing like this one here that is, again, very hard. This is a very soft taffeta material that is really nicely pleated, or, you know, ruched to have like this shape. And then I know that they haven't continued with the glitter pattern on the back, but at least they've used this really nice material that is very similar to the one that we find in the front, but it's a different color. I think it is. I think this is right. I think this is lighter than this one here, and it has a great movement. And one thing I very much like is that it is not attached in the middle to the inner layer. So again, it has a lot more movement than I was expecting. It's true that the glitter does not continue, but I think that the dress, I mean, right now it's a little bit wrinkled, but it looks pretty cool all the way around. And then here you can see how these two pieces are sewn onto the dress. It has Velcro on the back. This is the back of the hairstyle. And now we're going to see a second layer, which I was not expecting. I thought it would be a piece of cardboard, because I think Ariel doesn't have a second layer, to be honest. As much as I like that green dress, this one feels better in a way. So there's this white you know, plasticky material that Barbie uses, or Mattel uses so much for birthday wishes and stuff, for inner layers. Again, still not as stiff as this one here. This is so much harder, so I feel pretty okay with it. And then it gives it support, and it gives it length and volume, and I like that. Then when it comes to the shoes, we would think that they're exactly the same, and in fact they're very similar, but they are not the same. So here we have the shoes that are actually very close to the animation, in the way that they have the heart-shaped accent on the front, and then these ones also have that accent, but this time around we also have these swirls in both sides, which make them a little bit more intricate, and they're more like clear, and I think it's because they're brand new. So these are the shoes. And then another thing in which we can find major differences are the gloves. So this time around they've incorporated silver, which I think I like that very much, because in reality this dress was supposed to reflect silver tones, you know, in many different times. So for this one here, which I think goes pretty well with the dress I used, they're like a pearly white color. Most of the dolls from Disney Store have blue glows, and these are white, so it's a bit different. And then I like the fact that they're sculpted, because we can see the fingers. I don't know, they don't feel like mittens, which is what we're getting most of the times from Disney Store, even for the bigger ones. So in reality I like this sculpt very much. And then we have the articulation around the elbow, which I think is about just enough. And then there is a bit of a lacy moment, you know, with, yeah, some sort of like intricate lace as part of the sculpt. And then for these ones we have exactly the same lace component, but they've added these buttons, and the color has changed from a pearly white to a pearly silvery white, and they have a bit more of intricacy to them, and same articulation. So I actually like them quite a lot. Both dolls are very beautiful, I have to say, because this face is awesome as well. So anyway, more classic, like closer to the film, and this is like a celebration in 2012 that I'm really happy with. I would have preferred the, you know, the tiara and probably the earrings to be silver. That would have, even if it was plastic, but in chromatic silver, for example, that would have added something more, you know, of a collector's level, in my opinion. But anyhow, they're both very beautiful, and I'm really nicely surprised. I thought she would feel much cheaper than she does. So there's a really nice that's a really nice feeling, and I think I will definitely be trying this outfit on other classic dolls, and you know, you'll see it in the future. But for now, I very much hope you've enjoyed this review, and if you have, well, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. As always, I will be more than happy to get back to all of you. For now, stay safe, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye bye.